Teflon. Invest my soul, that's a bet, brum. Blue face patience, bank tested, breath long. Money be a raft when you trying to swim. And your vision is dim, cause the tunnel is grim. Had to make a lot of shifts with the way of the wind. On the whim, level win, so my high end is step strong. We fight for fun, I'd rather look stupid trying till I go dumb. I always hit it mad growing up, now I know some. My time divided, weeks inspired, days revival. I was crying, seconds drying. Low with pride and lifted tired. Gym spin off, avoid the spiral with these reps decided. Never salty, look back or spin wrong.
Welcome, folks, to what promises to be a great Tuesday night of the NBA on 2K Sports.
Here we go.
With Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines tonight, Allie LaForce. Looking at Toronto, they want to turn it around after the loss to the New Orleans Pelicans. A real closely contested game. They couldn't come up with a couple of key baskets and they lost by 3.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
A point guard getting up like that? Boy, that is special.
Right wing, Moody. Bangs home the trifecta.
For 3.
As we enter tonight's game, there is a clear favorite, RJ, in this one.
That's true. I can tell you something else. Underdogs do win, and they do hear all the noise, so let's let this game be decided on the court.
Pass to Barrett. Plenty of space. Phoenix grabs the miss. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
I briefly spoke with Darko Rajakovic. I asked him about DeMar DeRozan, specifically how you defend him from the mid-range. He said, quote, "It's tough because his footwork is so good. Our goal is to try to push him out farther and make him take threes if possible. And we'll live with those results. We'll see if their defense is up for the task at hand." Kevin?
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. Fires, high post, and he drops that one in.
And ideally, Barnes would like to be a little closer, but he makes the best of that mid-range on that one.
Now here's DeRozan. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Pass to Richards. 6 to shoot. Here's Moody. Out to DeRozan. And here's Wiggins. The shot by Nembhard and nobody around. And the Suns another 3.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now, here's Quickly. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. In his relatively young career, Scotty Barnes, GA, has played a number of positions.
Well, he's so versatile. He can be successful at a lot of different spots on the floor. A new guy you can plug in just about anywhere.
Pass to Nembhard. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Phoenix needs to get off the shot. And finished off by DeRozan.
DeRozan making his presence felt at the rim.
Quickly looking it over. Barnes up top. Toronto needs to get off the shot. Here's Barrett. The rebound by Richards.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
Outside DeRozan. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Pass to Plumlee. Here's Quickly. Nembhard covering. Plumlee with the screen. And that time before dropping in. Quickly's got his second basket of the game. Now Nembhard. Pass to Richards. Here's Moody. Here's the 3. Good on the three-point shot. Moody's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Suns.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get
these good looks.
Now, here's Barrett. Defended by Moody. And Barrett slams it in.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
Pass to Moody. From deep three-point land. It's rebounded by Barrett.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Now, here's Quickly. Back to Barrett. Plumlee with the screen. And here is Quickly. There's the three. That shot misses.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Pass to Nembhard. For the three. Hits the three-point bomb.
Timeout. Timeout.
Nembhard's got 6 points.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Change it up. Raptors trailed by 8. GA now in year 3 under Darko Rajakovic. The Raptors are staying the course.
So his contract runs through next season, and he's all in on developing these young players and getting the best out of them.
Pass to Leslie. DeAndre Jordan.
And I gotta say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still, a magnificent move to the rim. Now here's Jones. Screen by Jones. Sinks the three-pointer.
And this is why Bogdanovich has a permanent green light from the arc. Frankly, the team expects this from him.
1:14 left in the first quarter. Inside, Kuzma. And Kuzma slams it in.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
Herder, no good. Raptors trailed by 7. .35 seconds left here in the first quarter. Pass to Wesley. And the shot clock expired. 24-second violation. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first. Nembhard with it. 6 points for him. Herder on the wing. And the three ball is good. And the Suns lead by 10.
I like their focus coming in to perfect execution so far.
Couldn't come up with a much better start than this. They just have to keep it going.
Not a Manny.
Oh, bounce to the ounce, Greg. Yeah, showing off the bunny. And so it's the Phoenix Suns. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Phoenix.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And another thing coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities. That's a dozen straight points coming off the
timeout. Timeout.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to take a few moments here to check. With this team and regroup. Raptors trailed by 14. And here is Wesley. Pass to Battle. Launches it. Jordan with the rebound.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Right now, let's take a moment here to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic explained what he's looking for on the offensive end. He said, quote, it's unselfishness, ball and body movement, playing together and making each other better. Also, you have to be able to adjust. Basketball is not set in stone. If it was, it would be a recipe. Back to you guys.
Yeah, you got to roll with the punches. Thank you, Allie. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. Henderson inside the three-point line. Ready by Bogdanovich. Pass to Cooper. And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Back to Jordan. 5 to shoot. Here's Herter. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan. Herter's got 5 points now in the quarter. Henderson attacking. Out to Kuzma. The three-pointer off the mark. Suns lead by 16. Here's Cooper. No scoring in this one. Bogdanovich. That's for 2. Misses off the right eye.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the defense should be aware of at all times.
We all hear about AI in the workplace, and I don't mean Allen Iverson, although we could put him in the workplace. Greg, now teams are using computers to break down the action.
Yeah, they really use camera tracking to assess credit and blame, right? So maybe the little things in winning plays that went unnoticed, they won't be overlooked much anymore.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
DeRozan scanning the floor. Pass to Moody. From outside the arc. Sit out to Schroeder. Outside DeRozan. Wiggins left side. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Kuzma.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
DeRozan's shot is off. Raptors trailed by 16. Henderson for 3. And the Raptors miss again. DeRozan. Pass to Moody. From the corner. Schroeder outside. Higgins outside. Takes the three. Rebound by the Raptors. They've got the distance ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That'll be game 1 of a 4-game road trip. And good from Kuzma with a sweet move. Kuzma's got 6.
Beautiful touch close in. Kuzma excels at taking advantage down low.
Here's Moody. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. And the Suns lead by 17.
Nice start for him beyond the arc. He's already hit 3 triples, and I'm pretty sure there's more to come.
Pass to Battle. Here's Kuzma. Shoots from the high post. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Oh, the great thing about Kuzma is he's so well-rounded. He can do a little bit of everything on the floor.
So both teams making some changes here. Suns lead by 16. Now Nembhard. He's got 9. Here's Richards. The wide open look here for DeRozan. The 17-footer goes down. He's got 6.
This is where DeRozan makes his living. Such an excellent mid-range shooter.
Into his mid-30s, the veteran DeMar DeRozan holding up well, Greg.
He's such a consistent presence for his team. DeMar plays at his own speed, where he has mastered the art of the mid-range.
Moody with it. Back to Nembhard. And he carries it back. The three-pointer offline. Raptors trailed by 15. Faster quickly. And here's Kuzma. Edwards defending. Back to Dick. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And the Suns making a change here. And it's DeRozan with the ball for Phoenix. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Pass to Herter. Lets the 3 fly. Plumlee with the rebound. Here's the Raptors with the ball. 15-point game. There's a minute 34 left in the first half. Dick can't get it to go. And it's the Suns with the ball. They led by as many as 18 points. And here is Quickly. In the corner, it's Plumlee. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Dick in the corner. And again, Toronto no luck. Suns leading by 15. Outside DeRozan. Pass to Jordan. On deep, Herter. Rebound by the Raptors. Out there, the defender clearly trying to inhibit a fast break. I think that's a transition take foul. The Raptors getting their 3rd free throw shot of the game.
And you look at Grady Dick's physical gifts, and you see it's all there. Size, length, careful training, and hard work could make him into something special.
Lands the shot with nobody near him.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. Pass to Jordan. Back to Nembhard. Jordan the screen. They need this one. Outside DeRozan. Now here's Edwards. Now Nembhard. Quickly covering. 4 on the clock. Back to Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. Oh, and with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And so it's the Phoenix Suns. Their lead at 15 going into the break. All around, it's hard to point to any one area where they haven't had the upper hand in this game. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Suns leading by 15. Here's Dillingham. Here's Moody. Misses the deep three-point attempt.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Here's Barnes. And Moody pulls it down. Wiggins surveying the floor. The three. Toronto grabs the miss. And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half. Master quickly. Back to Barnes. Now Barrett. On the clock. Barnes can't get it to go. Now Dillingham. Still yet to score. And here is Moody. Here's Richards. Covered by Barnes. Here's Dillingham. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot. And with the train break toward a faster pace, do you miss watching those grinded out half-court battles that enthralled millions during the Jordan era?
Well, I miss plays more than anything, but as far as watching, the game for me is as good as it's ever been.
And so he hits both. Raptors trailed by 17. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
For three, Barrett. Carries it from three-point range. Barrett's got 8 points.
Over the years, we've seen Barrett expand his range.
And the call will be against Emmanuel Quickly. That's his first foul. And Phoenix making a change. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now.
Number 16.
Kicks it out to Bogdanovich. Gets the three-pointer to fall. He has 6.
And with Bogdanovich is that well set up, he's almost automatic. Nice shot.
Pass to Dick. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by the Suns.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
It's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time.
And just a little too lax with that possession, and it cost them.
And if they want to come back in this game, look, they got to clean up those mistakes.
And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Thank you, guys. Scotty Barnes letting everyone know. He said, I'm a great defender. I feel like it doesn't really get talked about enough. I guard whoever, 1 through 5. That's what I pride myself on and what I'm ready to do every time I step on the floor. Back over to you, Kevin.
A tone setter for sure at that end. Thanks so much for the report, Allie. Pass to Barrett. Jacks up a 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Barrett's got 6 points in the quarter.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Pocket 6. No one near Herder as he lets it fly. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
You had to know that was coming. You just don't drain one on Herder's team without him coming for revenge.
Pass to Dick. Now Plumlee. Here's Quickly. Dick in the corner. A three-pointer, no good. Suns lead by 17. Now Dillingham. And the call will be against Emmanuel Quickly. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. Suns making a change here. And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. And timeout called by Jordan Ott. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys.
You've been waiting for their return, and here they are. Here are your North Side Crew. What's up, crew, everybody? Get up and get ready.
Dillingham with it. 5 on the clock. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there.
Overall, they've done a good job of taking care of the ball and limiting mistakes.
Raptors trailed by 17. And here's Wesley.
That should give them a nice little jolt.
Yeah, it has to. They need a jolt, GM.
And they need more where that came from. They're not out of this hole yet.
Outside, Bogdanovich. Pass to Dillingham. Back to Bogdanovich. Screen by Jones. A three ball. Eubanks grabs the miss. Wesley with the ball. Jones covering. Barnes outside. Sip the teardrop. Count that bucket. Barnes has got 6.
Great touch from Barnes. Great skill at the wing.
Here's Dillingham. Pass to Jordan. Here's Strother. Shoots over Kuzma. Phoenix no good that time either. Well, Greg, they're making a valiant effort to come all the way back. Wow.
And they need to take care of the basketball. Plenty of time. No need to force anything.
Barnes outside for 3. Rebound by the Suns. They led by as many as 18 points. They've got the Pistons ahead of them in their next game in Detroit. That'll be the second on the road in the midst of this long 4-game road stand. Strother, no good.
And the defense dialed one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open.
Pass to Kuzma. And that's collected by DeAndre Jordan. Phoenix leading by 13. Outside, Bogdanovich. Trying to get something going. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
The drive by Barnes.
A really physical drive by Barnes. Not holding anything back.
First personal foul.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Phoenix.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
And you can't ignore their passing. All game long, they've done a great job of just delivering the ball in rhythm right where it needs to be.
Back to Jordan. And Jordan throws it down.
Sets and slips with the best. I mean, DJ mastered pick-and-roll action back in his days with the Clippers playing with CP3.
And here's Barnes for three. And again, Toronto no luck.
See, what a rough quarter for him. Nothing seemingly going his way.
Drives to the hoop. Pass to Jones. Screen by Jones. Here's Strother. Here's Cooper. Scoreless thus far. Although they're down big right now, Greg, still plenty of time left in this one.
At this point, they got to take it one possession at a time.
Anderson attacking. The shot comes out.
Why? Just why? Come on, man. Save that one for practice.
So it's the Phoenix Suns looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Everything's falling into place, and we'll see if they can keep it going.
40 seconds.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Raptors trailed by 13. And Kuzma has it in the corner. Three-pointer. And Jones pulls it down. On offense, here are the Suns. Here's Cooper. Outside, Bogdanovich. And Bogdanovich throws it down.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Pass to Kuzma. Floats one. Right side, Jones. Outside, Bogdanovich. Here's Strother. Guarded by Kuzma. Clock at 4. To the paint. Jones. And it's slammed in by Jones.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Here's Henderson. It's Wesley on the wing. And there's a slam to finish it off.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. A three from Bogdanovich. Kuzma pulls it in. Raptors trail by 15. It's Wesley on the wing. Back to Kuzma. Phoenix grabs the miss. They led by as many as 18 points. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Cooper with the bucket.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Wesley up top. Back to Kuzma. Anderson, no one around him. From outside, off the mark. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Phoenix Suns. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points. In by Jones. Pass to Strother. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Cooper. And it's off from three-point range. Raptors trailed by 17. Henderson outside. It's blocked. Here's Strother. Down low. Outside Bogdanovich. Pass to Strother. To the inside. And Jones sends it in.
And that's how you lead a team. Literally.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Second personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Now Dick. In the corner, Barrett with it.
This guy is a fantastic athlete. Barrett looking like a man on a mission with that slam.
Nembhard with it. Pass to Herter. Oh, good with the triple. Onside Barrett. Now Dick. DeRozan defending. Back to Barrett. Shot clock at 6. Jordan with the rebound. Suns lead by 17. Here's Nembhard. Now Herter launches it. That does not go.
Well, despite some uneven shooting for him, they're still out in front.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Barrett.
Incredible night for Barrett. He scores in a multitude of ways, and he brings the effort on every possession.
2 minutes remaining in regular
Now Nembhard. Now here's Herter. Outside DeRozan. And he hits from 17.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
No let up with these guys. They're going for the throat now.
.131 left in the fourth. And it's Andrew Nembhard with the 3. And the Suns lead by 20.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a shouting win.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
So looking at the season total, this will be their 17th win.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going to the sweep the next time they face off.
And the Suns call time. They're in front by 14. Switch here. And here's DeRozan. Puts up the 3. Here's Wiggins. Outside DeRozan. Now Wiggins. Just 5 on the clock. Outside Nembhard. Shoots the 3. Not loose. Here's Toronto. They trail by 14. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Onside, Barrett. So it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. A solid win on the road.
평가는 다 끝난 다음에 긴 인생의 레이스 이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈 넘고 힘든 삶의 능선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 peace of mind 조금 때 같아 내 같아 다니는 건 달라지고 빨라졌지만 결국 가는 데 같아 질리게 겪어도 사랑 때문에 애 같아 이럴 때 보면 나도 아직 애 같아 살기보단 생존하기 바쁜 정수리는 넓어지고 평소가 작아지는 마음 속에 피어나줬으면 해 한 송이의 평화 진흙탕 속의 연화 이 험한 현실에서 아직 붙잡아두고 싶은 꿈 넘고 힘든 삶의 능선에서 때론 포기하고 싶은 꿈 너와 천천히 오래 걷고 싶어 until the end of time 지금 난 간절히 원해 한 조각의 pizza
I go on and on, can't understand how I last so long. I must have superpowers, rap 225,000 hours. Get a calculator, do the math. I made 1,000 songs that made you move, yeah. And for the last 300 months, I made 16 albums with me on the front, and they bump. Where you get your beats? I heard 93 rappers say like me. 2 singers and 10 comedians, and I'm still gonna yell it every time you see me in. What's my favorite word? Why they gotta say it like short? You know they can't play on my court, can't hang with the big dogs, stay on the porch. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Where you get that from? Grab a mic, spit one. Let me see 8 Ball and MJG. You keep spitting that. Bun B, that's Texas, baby. Ballin' G, that's Memphis, baby. Short Dog, that's Oakland, baby. Ain't nothing but these days. My C got, but these real still know they got to give a what you say. Short Dog with UGK. Do you really wanna be like me? Spit game like Snoop and T.I.P. Pretty girls in the VIP, they came with Dre. They don't need ID. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Your mind is gone, your brain is blazed, you've been wide awake for the last 3 days. It goes down for real, don't stop, just keep rolling downhill. Crash and burn, can't stand, fall back. You're doing too much, you can't handle all that. Man, it's been way too long. Time to let the whole world play your songs. Like me, my gets around. Leave the country, come back and hit the town. I'm in Miami, New York, and ATL. Houston and LA, ask Dave Chappelle about my rich. He got it from me and made $50 million. I'm proud of you, D. But I'm crazy, you don't wanna be like me. I come from East Oakland where the youngsters get hyped. Blow it. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Too short. Up all night, baby. Album number 16. Y'all can't do that.
You know, I always stayed out the way. I'm not really too much with the drama, but one thing I can say is I was always smooth as a calm and collected, not to be played with. I don't fear rejection. God is my weapon. If you've ever been to heaven, passing out my blessings, it's up to you to catch it. It's fuel with discretion. Your ex ain't, he can't talk like this. Yellow diamond stone, I compare the. It's the small things, I don't cherish my whips. Looking at my lady, can't believe it's my. The life that I live, I can't repeat myself, making it clear. This the year that we taking. This the year, this the year. I done had plenty of scars, they throwing stones. My brother had plenty of work on top of the stove. We say we got talking ties, a small circle, a square for telling lies, and I guess I'm not good at making clothes, but I'm cutting ties with